Today, we're going to discuss Randy again. And getting into why people should know when to quit. Now, today I had intended to talk about Percy and what I had talked about on my Saturday night live stream. But Randy doesn't want that. Randy, a woman known as Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Minnesota, wants to be known for something different. She wants to be known as the biggest liar and biggest fraud on the internet. Well, she's about to get her wish because she just doesn't know when to quit. Now, she put up a bunch of stuff on the internet. And the stuff came from an old, like 2011, Ripoff Report that was put up against me by a person by the name of Sean McQuaid. Now, she put up an excerpt, the excerpt you see on your screen. Wanted to know about my pharmacy license. You know, and when I saw this, I go, what the hell is she talking about? I never said I had a pharmacy license. So I had to go back to this old Ripoff Report and read it again. And it's documented proof that Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Minnesota deliberately lied. Because you see, it's not me that made that declaration. Now, Randy Erickson either didn't read the entire post or she deliberately left out the context. See, you hear that a lot when people talk on the media about how context matters. Well, and this is a glaring example of what happens when you take something out of context. And this is something that Timmy Hoffa was known for. He takes things out of context, or else he completely makes things up. And Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Minnesota has done just that. This is, in my opinion, a deliberate lie, because she knows the context of the Ripoff Report. She's probably read every word of it, including my rebuttals, which is where she got that comment from, but she left something out. That particular comment had to do with the fact that there were 5 victims besides me of Mr. Sean McQuaid. And Sean McQuaid is someone who is exactly like Timmy Hoffa. He is someone that likes to go around and spread, knowingly, false information about someone with no care about what happens to them. It's his nature. He likes to pick on people. And for the exact same reason. There's a political reason behind all this. It's rather interesting. But more on that later. But Sean McQuaid posted this material on Ripoff Report. Ripoff Report is a consumer complaint site. It's where you usually go if you go and get your car fixed, the mechanic does a sloppy job, and you do a Ripoff Report on the guy. And people from 4chan, Anonymous, and even QAnon use these sites to gaslight people, to smear them for no good reason other than they can do it. And I've been complaining about this for years, that good, honest, hardworking people are having their lives destroyed because of websites like Ripoff Report. Because it's right in their declaration. Ripoff Report does not fact check. They do not check to see if what they are saying is true, and Ripoff Report does not take content down. All in writing. It's right there. You go over on ripoffreport.com right now, go down to their disclaimer section, and you will see it. They are not confirming the truth of the material. They are not taking responsibility for it. They say, the content here is the opinion of those who posted it and not that of Ripoff Report. Period. They don't support it. Now, Ripoff Report does make money from all this. Now, how do they do it? They act as a clearinghouse for defamation lawyers. That they will refer you to a defamation lawyer that can fight the complaints that are made about you on Ripoff Report. And these lawyers aren't free. They charge hundreds of dollars an hour. So this is the little scam that Ripoff Report is operating here. You know, they want you to hire their lawyers, so they allow this stuff up there so that the victim of the false reporting will hire one of their lawyers. Interesting racket. You know, the intent of all this, of course, is for the businesses, people that make millions of dollars a year that could afford a defamation attorney to go after people doing this sort of thing. Instead of retirees living on Social Security who can't afford to do that. Or some small business operator who can't afford to hire somebody to fight these liars. And so people like Sean McQueen and Timothy Homestead took advantage of this. And this is the result. Now, in the excerpt that Randy Erickson put up, of course, is this admission. Now, if you look at the entire thing that I put up, you would notice that it says that the quotation about the pharmacy license came from another victim. That it was someone else that was stating that it was her pharmacy license that was being put on the carpet because of the actions of Sean McQuaid. Yeah, I wonder why Randy left that out. I wonder why Randy did not say that it was someone else who put up that it was their pharmacy license that was affected by the actions of Sean McQuaid. I'd love to hear Randy answer that one. Because this is not the first time she's done it. Of course, she does this all the time. She takes things out of context. It's a lie of omission, folks. It's, this is something that a professional journalist does not do. It's something people like Timothy Charles Homestead should not do. But they do it. Randy doesn't like to fact check. She doesn't like to find out the truth. She reminds me of radio news. Radio news used to have these, well, I'm not an investigative reporting. I just put up what I put up, and it's up to you to do the checking and so on and so forth. And this is what Randy does. She doesn't care if it's the truth or not. She said, well, it's on the internet, read it for yourself. Nobody does that. They just believe what they read from their trusted sources, they call it. And the trouble is their trust is misplaced. Now, the post that Randy quoted was from a victim of Mr. Sean McQuaid and his attacks against her, and it affected her license. And I also pointed out that there were 5 other victims of Mr. McQuaid. Mr. McQuaid was charged and convicted by the Canadian government of defamation. See, Canada has a defamation law. We don't have that in the United States. And so, there were several people that filed charges against him, including me, with the Canadian government. Sean McQuaid was convicted. He went to jail, and he is prohibited for life from being on the internet. Now, Canada doesn't have the First Amendment in their Constitution. They have freedom of speech, but it's different. So Canada can have a law like this on the books. If we had a law like this on the books in the United States, people like Randy and Tim Homseth would have been in jail right now, because they'd be guilty of defamation of character for lying about people. But the First Amendment makes it that it's a responsibility of the civil court system to do that. And it costs money to go through the civil court. And so people don't do it. And so people like Randy and Tim Homseth are free to spread these lies. Well, I have given every opportunity, including what I said on my show and before that Saturday. Said, I am moving on. I'm not going to talk about you people anymore. I was going to talk about the Perseverance mission that's going to land on the 18th of this month. I was going to talk about the rocket launches that went off today. The fact that we had a St. Valentine's Day rocket launch. But now, Randy wants to keep this shit up. And so fine. I may lose 100 subs. I may lose all 970 of them. But it's going to be put on the record on YouTube what exactly happened from 2009 on with Anonymous, with QAnon, and the registered, let me correct that, and the unregistered sex offender that Randy Erickson is defending. And yes, folks, Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Wisconsin, is defending a confessed sex offender. And I am going to back up my words with facts. Something that Randy Erickson is not capable of doing. Because you will find out exactly who this is that Randy Erickson is defending. You're going to find out that Timothy Charles Homseth knew 5 years ago who this unregistered sex offender was. Timothy Charles Homseth knew this because the unregistered sex offender was involved in one small part in the Haley Cummings case. A case that he is obsessed with to this day. He knew all about this unregistered sex offender. And there's other crazy facts about this whole situation. About how this pedophile may have been, in some form, connected to the Trenton Duckett case. Definitely with the Kaylee Anthony case. And again, with the Haley Cummings case. All these cases all tied together by this one woman. It's going to be an interesting story. It's a project that I was going to do years ago. But I had decided that it's old news, that it's time to move on. But Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Wisconsin, decided to make it current news. So in my series called The Anatomy of an Internet Smear, I'm going to get into excruciating detail of how all this came down, about where all these posts about me came from, who posted them, why they were posted them, and the backgrounds of these people. You know, a lot of this is just people that, for whatever reason, they just decided to get on the internet and post stuff knowing that they were lies, not caring about the consequences of their actions, about what may happen down the road because of these. But Randy Q. Erickson, or now it's Randy Lynn Erickson, because she's afraid to let the world know that she's attached to QAnon on Facebook. She went back to her personal account because she's scared to put up that she's a member of QAnon. But because of Randy Lynn Erickson of Elk River, Wisconsin, all this is coming out, every bit of it. You know, I warned people years ago, they need to clean house. They need to come out and tell the truth about what happened. Have an epiphany or something. But they didn't do it. They decided they just were going to shut up and go away. Go on to other things. Leave me to clean up the mess. Well, I'm going to clean it up. You know, you all know who you are out there. You know, all of you people that put this stuff up, invaded my channel, got in there and called a bunch of children who were victims of witnessing a lewd act liars on my channel. It's all going to come out. It's all facts. It's all documented facts. It's all recorded. Can't sue me for defamation because it's right there. Because I will bring you into court and I will put you under oath and you can explain why this is not true. And you can't do it. You know, when this material was put up on the internet, you people should have thought of that. I know some of you were scared. You came to me and said, Mark, please don't put my name up there. I'm trying to do this, that, or the other thing. I can't have this stuff up there that I posted this. And I said, well, why don't you take it down? And one of them died before she could do it. The others completely disappeared. I don't know where she is. Another is living in Florida. You know, and others have gone on to do other things and left me to rot because of their actions. The manager of the grocery store is still managing his grocery store, for instance. KFC fan from 4chan died in a drug overdose, so he can't do anything. Monoxide MMAC, he got himself thrown in jail for possession of child pornography, and he's disappeared. Yet, Timmy Hoffa used his material, his creation. Someone else that defends pedophiles. He knew the Monoxide was a pedophile. He had the criminal history of Monoxide, as does half the internet. I wrote about him. And yet, he defends him. These two people do not care if it's a pedophile fighting me or not. They don't care about pedophiles. They care about making money off this popular movement, the Save the Children thing. They could give a damn about the children. They want the money from this subject that is generated. And that's fact, folks. This isn't fiction or anything else. This is well-documented facts. You know, Randy Lynn Erickson claims to be an informant for a government agency. She claims to be behind the PPTF, which is a total fiction, and it's also a violation of federal law. And she does not seem to care that it's proven that she's lying about all this stuff. She keeps on doing it because she knows that there are a bunch of people stupid enough to believe her lies because they don't like Hillary or they don't like Biden. Facts don't matter because they don't like these people. And the problem that people don't understand is Hillary or Biden or anybody else has nothing to do with any of this. It's just a tool that these people use to brainwash people. But you can't convince stupid. You know, people are stupid enough to believe this stuff because they're blinded by hatred. They're blinded because they've been filled with Russian-originated propaganda about people they don't like politically. And so they're going to get sucked into the brainwashing by people like Randy Erickson. But the truth always has a way of coming out. And that little stunt that Randy pulled with Ripoff Report, it's going to be on her undoing. She just doesn't realize it yet. I've been kind of waiting for her to find that. I'm surprised she hadn't found this sooner, because this has been known on the internet for years that Sean McQuaid and others had put this garbage up there about me. But the problem is you set yourself up in a trap, Randy. Because now I have a legal excuse to use a tool that I've been holding back on. You open the door. You can't go to court and counter it because you are the one responsible for it. You wrote about it. You would have to get up in court, put your hand on the Bible that you pretend to believe in, and swear to tell the truth and explain why you misled the public. And that's coming. It's going to be done legally. It's going to be done without violence. There's no threat or any of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this legally, above board, and most importantly, I am going to be using the truth, something you know nothing about. So everybody stay tuned, because chapter 1 of the Anatomy of an Internet Smear is about to begin. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button. This is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1. Have a good one.